I started in Tucson in 1996, but I relocated to Germany the following year and flew back and forth every month to Dusseldorf until I finally got so jet lagged that I had to stop. In the middle of all of that, of course, my twins were born. So Petra and I made a decision to commit to one continent. We saw this enormous potential here in Tucson, and we chose to give up a lot of our connections in Germany and move here full time. The community's been enormously supportive, both of myself as an artist, of my family, and certainly of the organization itself. It's been such a joy to get to know so many people, both the musicians, the members of the board, the members of the staff, and particularly our audience members and our contributors. It's been an honor to serve this community and to work with all these wonderful people. I'm especially pleased and honored to have been nominated for this award, but I have to say that to the extent that I can really tell why it is I've been nominated, I have to share this honor with my entire organization. The board has been working so hard to keep us going through good times and bad, but especially I need to thank these wonderful musicians with whom I've been able to work. Really, everything that we accomplish on stage, we do it together. That's how we've had what I think has been a remarkable run, a very steady improvement, to the point where I think that the quality of the performance of the orchestra belies our budget category. We reach beyond what anybody perhaps has a right to expect from an orchestra of this size. Of that, I'm very, very proud, but it is a collaborative effort.
My name is Gail Marcus Orland, and I'm a painter. I've been painting for 40 years at least. I've been painting my whole life. I work every day in my studio. It's like a real job. You know, I don't wait for inspiration or anything like that. You just work. You work and you smell it, and you feel it, and you live it. I paint slightly surreal work, I guess you'd call it. At least that's what other people label it. To me, it's real. It makes just as much sense to me as anything else. My inner life is equal to my outer life. I love being in my studio. I love being away from the world. And I pretty early on found out this is my little space. It's sort of from here to here is my little space that I really like to work in. And I can work with people. I did have real jobs for a little while, but I wasn't happy. And this is what makes me happy. I taught for 25 years. It was just one day a week, which was perfect. And I think I reached a lot of people. I just had to look at paintings and appreciate them, not just go into the museum, and a lot of times most people would just say, I don't like anything. And what I did was show them to find something, some part of it. There's a reason why it's here, some part of it that really works. I'm so proud that I'm nominated. I've been telling everybody, trying to explain what it is. I think it's wonderful. It just means that I've been noticed, and my work, there's a purpose. You know, sometimes you paint, you just think, what am I doing? I'm just sitting by myself all day. Does anybody care? And does it matter in the world? And the fact that somebody does care, and it matters.
My name is Manabu Saito. A very common name in Japan, and nowadays I concentrate botanical art, illustrator or painter. In other words, I sit in a garden and paint flowers front of it. so I can catch color, texture, and composition. You know, many people ask me, which one do you like best? Which one do you think greatest painting you ever did? To me, if I don't like, I never start painting. And I do start painting, all my paintings are good, all of them. There's no special favoritism for my watercolor painting. I was majored industrial design and non-stop talking each other, make a plan and everything, all with many people involved with my drawings, a sketch or ideas. Plants never talk, never move, and sit there one spot. That's why really big pleasure, good satisfaction to paint flowers. From industrial design, just moving, talking, screaming each other. That's what I enjoyed botanical art, switched to botanical art. It is a great honor to be nominated by this society. That I feel I achieved some milestone, my old age.
I always considered myself a painter and love painting, and I like the act of painting and looking at painting, but over the past 7 or 8 years, maybe even a little longer, it's become more and more sculptural. So the surface is starting to become more complex and covered with debris in a sense. And a lot of the materials I'm using are recycled. I'm taking, which is part of the theme, the meaning for these paintings, I'm taking older work that's been sitting around that either was never resolved or is just cluttering up the studio and using those in these pieces, but in a completely different way, so it's not recognizable. I've been nominated for this award, I think, because of my work with the Warehouse Arts Management Organization. Basically, the warehouses along Toole is the focus. The idea is to turn the Toole stretch into the Arts District and create art walks and art fairs and all of the things that go with an arts district there. I was president for 2 years and managed to, I'm proud to say, accomplish quite a lot with the organization. It had been, and still is, a grassroots, artist-driven organization. You know, we managed to get our nonprofit status. We managed to cement a relationship with the city. We've worked with the city to do land swaps to get the buildings transferred from ADOT to the city, but then we purchased those buildings. Being nominated for this award, to me, is as much a recognition of what WAMO has accomplished as what I've accomplished, so I consider that an honor. And what WAMO's accomplished, I played a part in, but I wasn't the only person doing it. But I appreciate that someone has decided that it's worth recognizing, and I'm feeling like that this sort of recognition is what's going to help the Arts District become more solid and more permanent, and help WAMO become a stronger institution.
My name is Tarane Wolf-Kaiser. I am an artist here in Tucson, and I'm involved in the visual arts, the healing arts, and the performing arts. So I'm involved in public art projects and murals and mosaics and working with communities, and then acting whenever possible, and then honing up my spiritual tools as well. I endeavor to keep it seamless. So it's not compartmentalized where, okay, here I'm an artist, here I'm a performer, here I'm a singer, here I'm an actor, here I do my performance art, here I do my tarot readings. It's all tied into how I say that I endeavor to be attentive to energy. I get my inspiration from everything. The world is an amazing, brutal, delightful, magical, soul-uplifting, bone-crushing place. I think one of my greatest contributions to Tucson and the artistic community is my color sense. When I first got here, murals were done in this monochromatic tonal palette. And when I started working, I used Shock Your Retina color. And I would get artists calling up saying, so where do you get your paint? And I'd go, from the paint store just use the brighter, go to the large end of the spectrum that shimmers and vibrates. And so I've watched how over the years the color has shifted, and I like to think that I had a part in that. I'm very touched to be nominated. I mean, I do a lot of work, and I've worked a long time in this town. There's a joke in the house, oh, the glamorous life of an artist. Oh, the glamorous life of an artist, because all we do is eat bonbons and just hang out. But I'm working all the time. I'm out in the sun working, I'm out in the chill working, I'm either here working or I'm looking for work. So I just do a lot of things. So it's very nice to be recognized, and I really appreciate it. And I'm surprised by it. So it's groovy all the way around.